All right, I'm going to start the camera so that I can hear the beep, and then I can put back on the music so I can enjoy the Mystic 8s. Hello, I'm your host, Zeos Pantera of In-Ear Fetish. And yeah, the robot's here, but he's not hooked up because he's only USB. Relax. These. Oh. This shit comes with jewelry. These are a $1,000 flagship Letshuoer IEM. And if we look at the packaging, you'll see nowhere on the packaging, anywhere on the packaging, does it say the name Mystic 8. It not like it opens up and it's like, What did I buy? Because that's how marketing works, is you just don't label anything. There's a kitty cat on there. Kitty cat. Even though she doesn't have the ears, it's the same vibes. This packaging, we've got a beautiful rag in there. Oh, we'll do that. That'll be cool. Ear picker. What's under here? Anything under here? I don't remember. Nothing. Big chunks of foam. But holy hell, look at that. What a beautiful display of 18 tips. All silicone. All relatively basic. I mean, these are not terrible tips. I haven't gone out of my way to get anything from Letshuoer as far as tips go. Those will probably be my favorite, these guys right here. So you get, where's the thing? We got jewelry, we have to look at. I haven't unpacked it, because there's no way I was putting it back in this packaging like this. Well, you know what? Let's just, okay. And then that's, oh my God. This is legit. This is like, I know what this is for. This is for your significant other, man or woman. When they find out you spent $989 on IEMs, you had better had a gift. You'd better have a gift. Anniversary, whatever. Did you buy me a gift? Yes, I absolutely did, honey. Here it is. This is actually really nice. I don't know how jewelry works. I guess, is this a ring or a crown? Because it's got a gap in it, so you can't just hook it on there. Do they want you to accessorize completely with this? Either way, I have good news. I really like this. I was fingers crossed because I put it in and I'm like, this is probably expensive, isn't it? And I looked it up and went, okay. And then I put it in and I started off the journey on the Shandling Portable, which that's the M5 Ultra, I think. And I was just doing things around the house with it. And at no point did I ever have the urge to take these out of my ears. So now I'll take them out of my ears to show you what we're talking about. Here we go. Ooh, look, the puma is there. I'm going to assume it's a puma. It's got really pointy ears there. It's got pointy ears there. So they put a little kitty cat on the thing, and they keep going on and on and on about fashion and how it's like, it's not just an IEM. It's all about making the entirety of your body become part. It's all bullshit. Yeah, through the mist into the starlight. They're very black cat with all this. What I will say, we can read all these things. So they do have it on there. I feel like that's going to fall off. I don't trust that. You know, let's see how much I trust this. Is you going to fall off? No, I don't trust that because I just put it on. That means it's going to fall off. Okay, so don't put it on. You have a ring and a thing. Elevation of earphones into a fashionable item. These are the only 8 balanced armature, or I should say full balanced armature IEM, where I am not offended by that architecture. And I've done a bunch other, like, what are the ones with the 5s? The Performer 5s, Performer 8s. And those are all basically BA stuff. But there's always, like, something that they're missing or that doesn't sound right. You know, whenever you go full BA, it's kind of a little bit of BS. I like a big dynamic. But these are an effortless sound. That's the word for it. Whenever you start listening to a new IEM, you always start quiet. If you don't start quiet, why are you even starting? Start quiet and just let it happen in the background and then be like, you know what, I can add a little more volume, and 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 a little more, until you're listening to whatever the hell you want to listen to at whatever the hell volume you want to listen to it. And at no point, from the quietest to the loudest I was ever listening to these, did I want to change a single thing about them. They are probably one of the most natural sounding IEMs, which for a BA is a fucking statement. Because I'm thinking things like the Soft Ears Twilight which are a single BA for $1,000. And that's like, ooh, this is pure nature. Very simple design. It's wire into driver into ear, the end. This has got 4-way tubes and 3-way crossovers and different, what the hell was the thing? Hold on, it was a thing. A low-pass filter module with incredibly dynamic bass, which it does have bass. Not as much bass as a dynamic would, but I'm fine with that because everything else makes up for it. Apparently, it has unilateral 8BA driver's delicate sound quality. Blah, 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 blah. Cat screaming behind me. I fucking like these. I like them a lot. I went through a couple tips, even though it comes with so many tips. I started with, where are they? The SS tips, because they're my standard silicone that I enjoy as far as fit. And then I went over because I'm like, can I really get that real low end out of it? So we threw the renders on here, and we are getting a little bit tighter. I had to think of a word. The way I usually do reviews for IEMs, do we look at them? Do we see them? See a pretty cat? They are a 2-pin. The wire is a little thin, but we'll go over it because the wire is apparently fancy. It has one problem, but I'll go over it. The word I was looking for, especially on the Shanling DAP when I was playing with these, was tight. Tight. Everything about these IEMs sounded like it was happening in an instant. And it wasn't insistent upon itself, Lois. It was just like sound. This is at this volume. Sound. You crank the volume up. It's like sound. Nothing like kilters. You never get, that's too much treble, or that's too much bass, or not enough mid-range. It all sounds fucking perfect at every volume, and it sounds fast, which I hear audiophiles use that statement a lot for a lot of things, from speakers to subs to headphones to IEMs. And I think they're always full of shit. But let me tell you, these and stacks sound fast, where the driver is so thin and so light that it can react and reset before the next sound has to happen. And I'm sure you could measure that physically with a measurement rig or a laser that measures the distance. But you could just tell when you're listening to something. And with BAs, with a physical driver, if it was moving like a little 10 millimeter, that has to move somewhere and then move back and then reset for the next sound. BAs are I would say microscopic, but they're not that small. But they're small enough that they do the thing and they reset. They don't have to break in balance armatures. They don't need it. There's not enough movement in them to require you to break them in for any amount of time. They just will move, and that's it. And you can fucking tell that this IEM comes out of the box just ready to go, and it's just like instantly. Let me take it out of that, because that's mildly cheating. Let's go to the most boring DAC amp combo on my desk. I've only listened to these on this portable and the RME ADI 2/4 Pro SE to verify things. A little bit warmer out of this than the Shanling. This should be, you know what? I like this better than the RME. I want you to know that is a metaphysical fucking impossibility. It's like Eris. It wants clean, pure, unadulterated signal with no flavor added. God, that sounds fucking good. All right, now for the skankiest whore in the block. Here we go. Okay, maybe it likes this more. All right, where am I going? Where am I not going? Do I just not like this on the RME? Hold on. Yeah, it sounds like dulled on the RME. What is that? Now I'm confused. Because I fucking destroyed my heart with this. With the Shanling. And then it was like, alright, I'll go to the RME because I trust it. Now I'm going to have to fuck with the RME because everything else on the desk is sounding better than that. So let's go back here because you're the biggest surprise of them all. Severance OST, by the way, Labor of Love, just a wonderful little test track. A vinyl rip of U2, I'll take it. Look, it says 96K. The problem with a vinyl rip when it's random is that I'm hearing clicks and pops that someone should have just fucking cleaned their record. So next. Yeah, one of the other weird things that I can tell with this IEM, and trust me, this is weird, is it doesn't feel like there's any pressure. Like usually when you put an IEM in, you just know you're in a thing, and you know everything goes away. And I definitely hear the world has disappeared, but it doesn't sound like I'm inside of something. It sounds pressure free, if that makes sense. It just sounds like, okay, yeah, things are happening, but it's not like things are happening in this tiny little tube that's shoved inside your ear. That would be bad news. That's most IEMs are bad news. This just doesn't. This is just perfectly fine. I've done a lot of, in fact, you're probably not even seeing this because you can't see my face. I should put a mirror there. That would be fucking meta as hell if I put a mirror here permanently so I could talk about the item and then stare at myself in the mirror and then talk about the item. Let's not do that. That's giving me nightmares. But I'm doing a hell of a lot of listening to these with my eyes closed. I think that's a sign of something. Yeah, just I kind of want to hear everything in my library again. It's one of those. It's like, oh, I didn't know they could be this tight. Otis Taylor just doing It's Done Happened Again. Part 2 from Double V, and it's just late last night. There's a guy plucking a banjo, and he's exactly 1.4 inches to the right of center, and he's standing like 2.5 feet behind me, and maybe up on a step. It's one of those IEMs where it's like, I know where everything is. Ha 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 ha. Wear these and game, and you'll be basically banned for cheating. We got to talk about the wire for a second, because it's the one thing that threw me off for the price point, because $1,000 is usually big, thick wire money. And here we've got very thin, what are these, 4 wires up here, very delicate, a little slider, very small, delicate split to an 8 wire, and it's a very small 8 wire with a little bit of jank in it, but we're just gonna, I'm just enjoying Otis Taylor, honestly. Let's talk about the wire while we're enjoying Otis Taylor screaming. So yeah, there's a couple kinks that have to be worked out like that. But then there's this, so it's a 4.4 permanent. No interchangeable heads. Not even my cheap, like, $100 collab cable is going to have interchangeable heads. So it's kind of strange. I'm glad it's a 4.4 and not a 3.5. At least if you're going to get stuck with one, get stuck with the best one. But then there's this Letshuoer Sound Alive leather strap, which you can't take off. It's attached through the cable. Like there's no like there's a big end you can slide it off. No, that's it. This is it. It's on you. It's on it. I hope you like this because it's yours forever. The only way you'd remove this is to literally move the wire to the side and get a snips and cut it the fuck off. No, I'm not doing that. No. I guess you could make a little loop and then like hook it around something and then like store it like that. I don't know. I've never seen this. This feels like a very like Saks Fifth Avenue sort of thing that they would do to their IEM straps. Of course, they have Hansi. The case, by the way, which has the silica gel, and I'm leaving it in there because fuck, this is your $1,000. Metal. Silicone foot. Silicone lining with a weep hole there so that no air gets trapped underneath it. And the top is literally like, it says Letshuoer Audio, Foundy, made in China. But I feel like this is the same lid you'd get for like a cat food can to keep your cat food fresh. And you can push it all the way down, like all the way down. And then you have like to let the air out. It's like an air cushion now. It's basically a fidget spinner. This is a wild, I don't hate it. I ain't never seen something quite as wild as, like, look at the bump there, because you got to, like, fart the air out of it. So you get, oh, fuck, is this Sherlock Holmes 2? The German song. Ah. So you get a ring, you got a necklace. Oh, and you got to hear this. I want you to hear the music through the mics. Oh, fuck. I don't think you need render tips, but I'm just telling you they work. Duno SS tips are my preferred thing, and it comes with a ton, so you got to find one in here that works. Overall packaging. All right, we do the price thing on this channel. If you don't know how we do it, and I don't rate a thing like 1 to 10. That was old school Zeos. That shit's fucking played out. They did that shit in the 1920s. They ain't doing it today. Instead, I'm gonna look at these and I'm gonna tell you exactly what they're worth. Like, if you were to, like, strip the price tag off, and I had to guess, I probably wouldn't have said 1,000. I probably would have said somewhere along, from just the assembly of parts. This could have been anything. This, even though it's beautiful, could have come with a $200 IEM if they just weren't selling you anything good and they wanted to distract you. The case, while being big and fancy, like, ooh, isn't really anything that special. So again, this could have been a $200 or $300 IEM. Oh, it's got a picture of a panther or whatever the hell it is on there. The mystic cat. Great. Again, that could be a $50 IEM that looks like that. But the sound. Once I heard them, that's when the, oh, it's $200. Oh, it's $400. Oh, it's $300. Oh, it's $1,000. That's where the judgment call of the price is going to come in. Because these, whether you don't want the jewelry, you don't need the cleaning rag, you don't care about the little suction container, which is so soft, I want to bounce on it. If you hear these, you know that this is not just some other IEM that's going to pile up things. This is one of those ones that's like, oh, it's special. It's $1,000 IEM. This is one of those $1,000 IEMs that you hear about, and you're always like, oh, is it really? Well, yes. Because, I mean, Kata T Pro, or these, this would be something I'd fight against something like the, either, I'm trying to think, what's the nearest Thai audio? There's so many good Thai audios I could fight these against. Ooh, Monarchs? Monarchs versus these? These are more, I want to say the word plain, and I don't want you to take them the wrong way. P-L-A-N-E, not P-L, no, P-L-A-I-N. Wow, I just did a wrong spelling. Look, I'm not in 4th grade anymore. I don't have to spell plain every fucking time. These just sound accurate. Natural. Kind of open. I mean, I don't want to say open because they're not open, but I don't get that same feeling of like being trapped in an IEM. If you quiet the music down and you just listen, it's like, oh, this is just playing in the background of my life. It just happens to be really quiet where I'm sitting. They don't feel like you're doing anything like that. Like you're doing a big, important, this is an important IEM, important. So many fucking IEMs try to tell you they're important, and that's so you buy them. But then after like a week, you're just like, fucking bored. Stop insisting upon yourself and let me just enjoy you, and I can't do it. These, I can do that. These will just put them in and they'll disappear. They'll just be the thing you're listening to music on. And all of a sudden, you stop looking at your IEMs. You stop looking at your sources, although for some reason I'm looking at you. Why are you so weird? You start just listening to your music. That's a good speaker, a good headphone, and a good IEM. You'll get used to it in a day or two, and it'll no longer be impressive, and you want to show your friends. You just want to listen to your fucking music. That's the Mysticates. Now, apparently, this is the first in the Mystic series, or the Mist series, which I think someone should tell Letshuoer that the Mist series came out a long time ago, and they're probably, The Mystic 8 is the first release in the Letshuoer Mist series. Therefore, we designed a visual representation for this sound, the phantom cat. The black lines in the shell represent the cat, while the silver pattern symbolizes the misty veil. The white faux diamond inlay carries the meaning of starlight beyond the dispersed mist. Who actually gives a shit about? Like, none of that. Fucking stop. Just, I mean, for $1,000, yeah, you gotta, like, dance it up, but come on, man. Just give me like 2 tickets to the Super Bowl, maybe a chance to win that something, anything, but mysticism. All right, no. Yeah, I fucking love these. In fact, I'm putting them back in my head. They're not very heavy either. They are metal, but there's no real weight to them. These might even be lighter than most of the polymer IEMs I reviewed. And the nozzle, check the nozzle. It's nice and long. It's not super fat, but you got the little wing here, and you've got just enough noz so that you don't have to worry about it like, oh, it's not sticking in deep enough. That is the judgment call right there. If I can get my little finger between the wire and that. So yeah, I don't hate the thin wire. I certainly don't hate the weight. They're super duper fucking light and comfortable. And then the sound, and I got John Coltrane playing, and that's fucking pretentious, but well, there's what $1,000 does, isn't it, boys and girls? Hot cocoa, but I made it with about that much coffee in the bottom of it. And it's almost 11 o'clock at night, so we're going to be having a fun night for the rest of the night. If these weren't on your radar and you have $1,000 to spend on audio, consider them. Because they're way better than you would imagine that you could do with an APA. God, all the fucking treble is just so... It's one of these. It's just the most delicate fucking thing, and I also can't tell it's an 8BA. Like, I had to know the design, but I can't tell. It's one of those. It's a lot of those. It's like, oh, it's one of these, one of these. I can't tell it's an 8BA. It doesn't sound claustrophobic in here. It's not hard to drive. I mean, I'm like there. Straight, like I'm barely at 9 o'clock with this on here on low gain, but yeah, I think I'm just dragging this review out because it's such an expensive IEM. I just feel like I need to keep talking about it. Fuck it, we're done. They're great. And when the bass does have to hit, it hits just enough to make me happy. God damn. Wow, what part of Devilman Crybaby was this? I'll share this with you, and then we're ending this review, huh? Okay, I'm done. Anyway, links to... well, that wallpaper in the wallpaper hoard if you want every wallpaper ever. Links to these. Letshuoer sent these direct, so I'll send link to Letshuoer and Linsole. Other than Linsole and Letshuoer. Sure, sir. Tell me what you think about jewelry included with IEMs, by the way. Again, I would not recommend you just do it like this, because if I can get that on, that means I can get it off. Which means that, like, time and effort can just get it off. This is my ring. I got the ring from the IEM box. It's all good in here. So, yeah, thank you, Letshuoer, for letting me review this. It is fan-fucking-tastic. I would just reconsider the style of jewelry you're including, especially if that's... That would have to be... I'd have to clamp this closed to make that not be a thing. But it's very pretty. So thank you for including a significant other bribe. And I hope you sell many of these because they're fucking worth it. And wallpaper and desk mats are on Reddit. And links. And thank you for patrons and subscribe to our supporters for supporting this channel. If you want to see other IEM reviews that haven't been released yet, check them out on Patreon and subscribe. So those posts are free for the IEMs and they're behind the paywall. If you want to see regular channel reviews and support and whatever hell. And thank you at Robots. We'll get to the robot. I promise we'll get to the robot.